everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Welcome back, a viewer or subscriber. So today we're looking at what's going on for Aries placements in the month of November. Aries placements, if you're wondering what that means, is your Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, or North Node. You can check out all of your placements in that category on all of my videos and get an idea of what's going on for you in the month of November. So let's go ahead and dive on into this reading. You'll notice we do have these two piles right here. That means that we're adding in a little bit of a pick a card element, and I will talk about that more when we get to it, but we're just going to have to wait a minute because I got to see what it's going to actually be. What is the question? What am I having you decide? I don't know yet, and I'll explain that more in a minute. But anyway, let's just go ahead, dive on in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn that bell on. Do that for all of the creators that you like and support, because that does help us and it makes us feel good. All right, let's see, Aries, what's going on for you. All right, we have the moon coming out. The moon in astrology is generally linked to emotions, how you are feeling, but it is also linked in some thoughts to your soul and your true identity. So that's why some people really feel like they resonate far more with their moon sign than with their sun sign. We have the moon coming out. We have Libra coming out. Wow, okay. So the other thing that's going on with you all astrologically, especially for my Aries risings, and if you have any other Aries placements, significant Aries placements other than your sun, you have Mars retrograde happening in your sign. That actually ends in November. So it's ending, I believe it's November 14th. It's either the 13th or the 14th. And this is perfect for that energy, this message of the emotions coming into balance. Because with Mars, your planet of rage, your anger, the way you assert yourself being retrograde, this has a tendency to make it harder for you to express yourself, harder for you to like put yourself out there, to have energy. You might find yourself more prone to being very, very angry or lashing out or things of that nature. And so it can make you feel really, really frustrated. So this balance coming into the equation makes a lot of sense, because when Mars goes direct, I had been speaking about, especially for Aries placements, you're going to see more movement. You're going to see the things that you've been working on finally pushing through. You're going to see that you're going to be learning patience and tolerance and understanding during this retrograde. And then going forward, if you do that work that you needed to do, you're going to see the rewards from that. So it makes a lot of sense that these two cards are coming out with this astrological energy, because that's basically what's going on in the sky for you in November. If you want to get more details about what's going on for you astrologically in November for your rising signs, then you want to head on over to my Patreon, because my hotties tiers and up, they get astrological details about what the hell's going on for them. Let's see what tarot has to say today. Wow. Okay, the Lovers. So the other potential here that I'm seeing, and where I'm going to bring in our little pick a pile down here, is that this might be in addition to or by itself a union. Moon being the soul, Libra representing relationships, soulmate relationships, with the Lovers being there. Okay, so the Lovers represents a high level union, a high level commitment, marriage, like, you know, something that's very, very substantial. So I'm not telling you you're getting married next month, unless you are, and congratulations, I'm so happy for you. But what I'm telling you is that you could definitely be coming into contact or into union with somebody that is a soulmate. This could be somebody from your past, or this could be somebody new. So we will dive on more into that later on in the reading, and I will definitely go into details in the extended. What else do we have here? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, this was something that took time. This was not something that came to you quickly. So even if it's emotional balance and you doing that healing work, you doing what you need to do in that department, or if it's a relationship, it took time, it took healing. But we do have this Two of Wands reverse coming out, which means that there's some sort of confusion about the direction you're going with your future. So let's go ahead and take a look at our options here. Should we do that, or should we? Yeah, we'll do that first. So this is what my question is going to be. It's not really a question. pick which pile that you're drawn to, and I'm going to see based on each pile if this seems to be more of an emotional shift for you after doing a lot of work and finding more balance, and what does that mean. And if you are leaning more towards you'll find out if you're leaning more towards this being an actual relationship. So does that make sense? We're going to find out what this reading means to you based on these two options through these cards. That's what we're doing. Okay? Okay. Let's dive on in. So I will go ahead and start off with this group right here. I'll actually move that to the side. All right. Sorry, guys. I had to make the camera shake for a second to turn off a notification. Okay. So we have tears coming out. We have broken bridge. Wow. This is so sad. What has happened, you guys? All right. And then we have bridge. And then we have lily. Oh, wow. Look at that. You see that? Do you see what I see before I say it? Let's find out. So we have great personal sorrow and we have broken bridge. To me, this shows something that's happened in the past. Those were our first two cards that came out. So you all have likely went through some sort of situation where your heart got broken really bad. And it was something that took some time for you to get over, because we have our Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is such a slow moving energy, and it indicates that so much hard work has gone in to get to whatever progress that you're making. It's really a slow moving thing. So to me, whenever you're in when you're looking at a reading that indicates healing, that indicates some relationship stuff, if I see the Knight of Pentacles, I'm like, all right, this is taking time. This is nothing that happened overnight. So you had some sort of situation where you were in severe distress with teardrop here, a lot of loss, feeling sorrow, feeling like something did not work out. And then we have successful overcoming a problem and spiritual love. I feel like with this is gearing more towards a relationship. This is a relationship that you were in that failed, that, you know, the person was not who you were supposed to be with, or they weren't ready to be with you at this time. And then we're stepping into this new energy, the successful overcoming of a problem, which really ties into that Libra energy, which is all about solving problems, because Libra wants to bring balance into situation. Libra wants everybody's voice heard. So successfully overcoming a problem followed up with spiritual love. So I feel like if you are attracted to this energy that's coming into your life is more likely going to indicate a relationship, a reconnection, or somebody new coming into the picture. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of clarification on that. Why are you confused? That's what I'm wondering. Why are you confused? All right, look at this. We have the Seven of Wands reversed. You are confused, I think, about what to do going forward in the future, because you're waiting for that other, what is the saying? Waiting for the other ball to drop. You're waiting for this person to show their true colors, this person that's coming towards you, to show that you are going to have to do the same games that you've had to do in the past. Because the Seven of Wands upright is, in relationship readings, it's like having to compete for the other person. It's when, you know, the person you're with doesn't make you feel very secure about it, and you feel like somebody else is going to take your place if you don't do everything that they want, or you're not the type of person that is like their dream person. And so maybe you've been with people that have made you feel like you're not good enough, and so you don't have this feeling with this individual. I feel like this individual could be showing up as a Knight of Pentacles as well, and somebody that's showing up as a Knight of Pentacles is somebody that is very dedicated. They're a little bit boring, I'll be really honest. They have a lot of earth energy, and not saying earth energy is boring, but just saying when they're this type of earth, they tend to be boring. But they are somebody you can count on. They're somebody that is not going to lie to you. There's no reason to lie to you. They don't, you know, they decided they wanted to be with you, and that was their decision. It wasn't like, I want to be with you and I want to toy with you. This person's very serious, and they take their commitments very seriously. And so it can be a bit confusing if you're coming from a space where you're constantly having to compete for attention, affection, feeling like you're not good enough. You can actually get addicted to that, okay? And so if you have somebody come in your life that's a polar opposite, it could be like, oh, whoa. You know, it's that like jumping into warm water after being out in the cold. It feels like it's hot. So this is something you're going to have to be aware of, that this person they're in it, you know, they really mean it, and that you don't have to compete. And so, yes, you're going to be a bit confused about what you do going forward because you're not having to be in that same space that you're used to. But you'll be fine. You'll get there. And, you know, sometimes some of us are not ready for these connections yet, so there has to be a pause on it, but I really feel like you are. I feel like you've done the work, and while you might be a bit confused, you will figure it out. You will both be able to work with one another because, again, this person is patient. They're not in a rush. They don't need you to make your decisions right away. They are patient. They will understand. If anybody would understand, the Knight of Pentacles would understand the need to take time to understand what's going on, to really feel comfortable in the connection. So that's really, really beautiful, and I'm very happy for you all. Let's go ahead and take a look at our other pile here and see what the messages are. Okay, we have Camel, persevere and you will overcome a problem. Feather, someone you know is undependable and insincere. Well, family wishes coming true. Sorry guys, I bumped the tripod. Hat, you will be playing a different role. Beetle, good fortune. And yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. So for you all, I really do feel like this is more of an energy shift than somebody coming into your life. That's not to say that somebody won't, but what I'm seeing here is more of an energy shift. The reason why this has happened is you had a similar situation to that first group. So if you want to listen to that, where somebody came into your life and hurt you. They were somebody that was not very sincere. They lied to you. And this person could actually be coming back into the picture is what I'm seeing here, to be honest. And this might be part of your shift of energy. This person, they would come and they go. They maybe ghosted you at some times. I keep on hearing ghost. They, you know, made promises that they never seem to follow through, and they could be making their way back into your life, especially when you're in a space where you have overcome a lot of problems, where you have done a lot of healing. You know, that's when it always happens. There's always been that joke that, you know, people come back in whenever you're fine and you don't need them anymore, and you're feeling good about yourself again. So this person could come back into the picture in November. You know, we are in Mercury retrograde right now. They could be coming back in the picture before then, but you know, they could be coming back, and I'm not going to be warning you about what to do with them because you're doing it already. That's why it's showing up, that this energy change. That's why the hat is here. You're playing a different role this time when they come back in. And if you all been following me for some time, or if you've seen me live, then you'll know I talk about that quite often, that there are some of these relationships that we have these strong connections to. We're like, oh my gosh, I can't get them off my mind. They must be something special, right? Like they have to be. There's no way I would feel about them like this if we weren't meant to be. That's one of the most common things I hear, probably hear every day. You know, with clients and with people that are seeking information, seeking readings. But sometimes you can feel that way about somebody because there's a lesson to be learned with them, a lesson about yourself and about how you need to heal and grow and what you want in relationships and what you don't. And when that happens, when that lesson is finally understood, when you've gone through the work, which it looks like you have, you've gone through problems, you've gone through having to heal, having to reconnect with your soul, having to bring balance back in with your soul. When you go through all that and then you come back in contact with that person, guess what tends to happen? You don't find them attractive. You don't have that spark anymore. It's gone. It's dead. And you now actually see reality, see what everybody else saw. And you're like, why? You don't want to be tied down with this person. You don't want to, because I feel like this person is going to be particularly like pushy about, well, do you want to be with me or not? Like, and giving you that feeling that you have once had before. The Seven of Wands reverse came up in the other reading, and I really do feel like it applies to you as well. This person made you feel like you had to compete for them, that you weren't good enough, that you had to continue to try to be better, to try to keep them, and that if you lost them, it was your fault. And now you're like, that's bullshit. I don't believe any of that anymore. I don't resonate with you anymore. I don't need you anymore. And so this is part of something that you had wished for. You would wish to be able to break free from this person, and it's coming through. The other thing I see coming through is like what I mentioned in the beginning of the reading, and what I've been mentioning for Aries energy is that you have some really good shit coming to you in regards to your career and your finances. This is going to be particular for those that are Aries risings, okay? But also Aries sun and the rest will have this energy as well. But Aries rising also has that in their stars. So I really am going to say, you guys in particular, this message is for you. This energy shift is shifting you so you can walk away from people that are like this, that are independable, that are just make you try to feel like you got to compete with them, and you're able to step into this new energy where you're feeling good about yourself and you have these positive things happening for you. You have this movement, you have this release of being held back in your career or with your finances. So that is the reading I'm getting for you all. I will be doing an in-depth look at those areas I talked about beginning, love, relationships, and no communications update, spiritual well-being, health, finances, and career. So if you're wanting to get the details, please join me on Patreon. I would love to have you. I hope you all are having a fantastic day, and I will see you next time.